Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange Networking's Business Success Fertilizer Application. As we say, it isn't always easy competing with the big guys, with more resources, more employees, more of everything. However, they can't be smarter than you, not if you don't let them. So that's why every week at Referral Exchange, we try to come up with something that's going to help the small business person and the entrepreneur get just a little bit smarter and just get a little bit of an edge. So let's get started. I remember one Saturday when my daughter was a teenager, the two of us left early in the morning to drive up to my brother's house up in the Berkshires from Rhode Island. I was chatting away, filling the silence with my typical banter, and I realized I was the only one talking. I turned to my daughter, who I saw was staring straight ahead, looking pretty sullen and more than a little annoyed. And of course, with a big smile, I cheerfully said, "Not a morning person, are you?" Yeah, she turned her head in my direction with the absolute minimum amount of movement required, glared at me and said, "No." So I didn't know at the time, but my daughter is what chronobiologists refer to as an owl, where I am definitely a lark. Chronobiology is a branch of biology concerned with biological rhythms. These rhythms tell us when to wake up, when to go to sleep, as well as controlling our body temperature, depending on the time of day, and regulate patterns of hormone secretions, alertness levels, reaction times, etc. To put it simply, chronobiology is a study of our biological clock and how it affects us day to day. Now, studies show that around 20% of us are true larks, full of energy and raring to go bright and early. Another 20% or so are true owls, only at their best later in the day. The rest of us are in the middle gradient, some tending towards larkness, others tending towards owlness. In his book, When? The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing, the author Daniel Pink explores why it's important to discern where we fit on the birdness scale and to take steps to schedule our days accordingly. By doing this, will enable us to better organize our day's activities and also make better decisions. Now, all of us have a cyclical pattern to our days. These include a peak, a trough, and a recovery. We first must decide whether we're larks, owls, or the third bird in the middle. Since the majority of us will be in the middle, let's focus on that. As we start today, say from 7 a.m. to around noon, we are at our cognitive peak. This is when our minds are most vigilant, allowing us to resist distractions and to do heavy, focused, analytical work, such as writing, auditing, studying, coding, number crunching, etc. This is the time of day to do our serious hard work. Now, as we approach noontime and through the afternoon, we slide into a trough. This is the worst time of day to be making decisions or doing heavy focused work. This is the perfect time to work on administrative type tasks, such as email, light bookkeeping, that sort of thing. Now, in the late afternoon and early evening, we go through a recovery phase. This time, we aren't as vigilant as we were in the morning. However, we are usually in a better mood, which provides what they call mental looseness. This is the perfect time to address issues that require intuition and perception. This is when we're best at brainstorming, coming up with new ideas, and solving what social psychologists call insight problems. With all this in mind, it's possible to look at our day and structure it accordingly. Most of us have a fairly set list of tasks that we need to tackle every day. We should catalog each task as requiring deep focus, mental looseness, or administrative skills. Once we've done this, we need to determine where we fall on the bird scale and assign our day's tasks accordingly. If you identify as a lark, you should reset your task to fit the profile. If you identify as an owl, you shouldn't start your hard focus work until later in the morning and reset the rest of the day's tasks accordingly. By understanding where our energy and cognitive bandwidth are peaking, we can give ourselves a real competitive edge. By recognizing that we all experience a daily trough, we can shun decision-making during that time and avoid mistakes. One final thought. If you have employees, you'd be wise to find out where they fall on their chronobiology graph and assign their tasks accordingly. If even just 20% of your employees are hard larks or dedicated owls, by allowing them to complete their various tasks in rhythm with their own internal clocks, they can increase their productivity and avoid mistakes. In the words of the Greek poet Hesiod, observe, do measure, for right timing is in all things the most important factor. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you got something out of it. If you'd like to talk about anything you just heard, or you'd like to know how you can grow your business by joining a referral exchange networking chapter, or even how to start your own chapter, reach out to me at raustin@referralexchangenetworking.com. That's exchange with an X. And if you'd like to be notified whenever we post another educational video, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of the video. All right, folks, this is actually November, and I'm wishing all of you a happy Thanksgiving next week, and we'll see you after that. Take care. Bye.